Back on the scene with Plies up here. Super rich.
Super big jewelry, at least.
Yo, what's going on with the jewelry, my G? Like, what kind of money is that?
Let me start off and say this, E, bro. I done met you a couple times, but you looking more and more like a rapper.
A rapper?
Yeah.
Nah, I've always looked like
Doesn't he look the same?
Vans and Bid.
You think it was different?
That. I don't have no jewelry like you.
You got, you know.
I got
Definitely got
501s
swag
and,
on.
and
Oh no, you could
dusty
see,
Vans.
you could physically see his head getting bigger, but you can't see any jewelry or anything. He looks basically the same.
Nah, everything been good, man. What's up?
None, man. So, I want to, your jewelry game. Just the other day, I saw you spazzing on Twitter. You went on a straight tirade on stanky pussy strippers.
Woo, okay.
Oh, nah, that was just an honest conversation.
About stanky pussy strippers.
Not really.
You I've caught a bad batch.
Yeah.
I've caught a bad batch.
So what happened? You went to the strip club and it was gross?
Nah, I'm a strip club junkie, but what Ebro talking about, I was just on Twitter talking about, I don't know if y'all done been around the strippers that they got the heavy body spray.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons I don't go to strip clubs is because when they rub on you, it's all on your clothes.
Absolutely.
And I don't
so
like
I
that
just
shit.
talking about, I feel like you hiding something with the heavy body spray.
Oh, I got it. If you're wearing that much body spray, what's going on?
Yeah, the pussy
Something's
can't,
going on.
it must got a scent or something.
All right. Well, it usually does. Let's keep it real.
Not always.
Body parts often have sense, though. Often. To varying degrees.
Yeah.
Some is generic. Some is good and just...
But I always tell people, if you want to know if the pussy got a scent to it, you just got to get it from the bike. You get it from the bike, it's going to tell you if that's
You get it from the what?
From the bike.
The bike?
B-I-K-E.
Like an actual... You get on a bike?
Get it from the bike.
What does that mean? Sniff their bike seat?
No, you'll call it back. B-A-C-K.
Oh, got it.
I call it bike.
Oh, get it from the bike.
Yeah.
We've been learning. I've been learning a lot.
Yeah, get it from the bike.
You mean like in the last 30 seconds?
No, yeah. Well, no. I didn't know that Plies, someone told me this, and you asked me to answer if this is true, is actually like pliers, like a tool, like...
No, we can't. One of my homeboys was getting out of prison. And we was at the barbershop where we used to hang out at. And he was using the term plies. So I kept asking him, like, what the fuck that mean? And so that meant just getting money. So in Fort Myers, we call plies getting money. So for me, when I started fucking with music, I always said, shit, I want to get me a name that represent where I was from. So I came up with the whole plies shit.
Now, I also thought it was interesting, too. Like, I know the area you from is some real shit that goes on there. But you actually went on to play ball. You was an athlete, went on to school. Like, that was, like, you're not your regular average every day.
I think I'm a dope nigga for real. Like, football big in the South.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just one of the niggas that had crazy talent when it came to football.
What'd you play? Wide receiver or something?
Yeah, I played receiver. So,
Because you're small. You're what, 5'8", 5'9"?
about 5'10".
5'10", but light. You're not a big guy.
Goddamn 5'10".
Yeah, I was about to say, ain't no fucking 5'10".
Listen, when you're as short as I am, you believe whatever.
Nah.
I
Yeah,
tell you.
Rosenberg was like, all right,
Yeah,
5'10", I'm 5'4".
5'6", 5'7".
So you were like a little like punt return specialist
I
kind of
used
guy?
to take your ass down through there. I was
Cuts, heavy cuts.
still got cuts.
You
Right
think you
now.
could get out there and play right now?
Right now, I get out there, tear me a nigga ass up right now.
Did you play at the U?
Today. Now I went to Miami of Ohio.
Oh, Miami of Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Brittany Sky, big difference between University of Miami and Miami of Ohio. No disrespect. It's
Yeah, I
still
went
impressive to play D1
Yeah,
football.
D1 ball.
But at the time that you would have been in school would have been the time like, how old are you?
I got a little season on me.
You got a season. You got 10. You got 10.
I got a little
You would have been
season
done a few years ago.
Yeah.
So Ebro, are you going to ask the questions to this man that I've kind of thrown at him before? But
Which is what? Oh, well, no. The conversation that we had was because I heard your music, I didn't know you, right?
Right.
So I was like, certain rap, I just don't understand the language, right? But when I know somebody is college educated, I'm like, well, why is his music so derogatory, street hood? But I know that he comes from other experiences, and I don't hear that in his music.
You gotta know me though.
And I don't, which is why I'm asking.
Right. You gotta know me. You know, like I said, that was me having an opportunity to go out to school and play ball. You know, it's like talking to a nigga that play in the NFL right now, or talking to somebody that play basketball. I mean, for me, it comes with that. Like, I had an opportunity to do something that a lot of people didn't. So when I was playing ball and I went off to school, my lifestyle never changed. You know what I mean? I think that's what put me in a situation where I couldn't do what I went to school to do, and that was finish school. You know what I mean? But you know, my brother, this nigga that been to prison 2 times. You know what I mean? He went to school too. So for us, I feel like making that music and standing on principles, I think that's the only thing that's different when people meet me. People meet me and they expect me to be the rude nigga. And I ain't really the rude nigga. I always been the cool nigga. So for me, I feel like, you know, musically, I stand on my music. Because I think for me, to be able to give it to you from my heart and paint pictures, that's just my life.
Do you now when you wasn't able to finish school, but now you obviously are doing pretty well for yourself?
Doing all right.
Yeah, but do you back at home? You still live same area where you live at now?
I still got my crib in Fort Myers. My mom, we just moved my mom from Fort Myers actually to Tampa, so that's probably about an hour and 20 minutes away.
But are you able to do programs for, you know, I mean, there's a lot of young people that's there going through the same shit that you and I'm sure your family went through. Are you able to? What's the politics on that? Because there's always politics in going back.
When you say, what you mean by the politics?
Well, sometimes the city's not supportive when you're trying to do positive shit. Sometimes the mayors aren't supportive. Sometimes the police ain't supportive.
That's success, though. You know what I mean? I think my hood ain't no different probably than I don't know if you're from the hood, but my situation probably ain't no different. I think being from Fort Myers, it ain't never been supportive of success. Not where I'm from. Where I'm from is it is what it is. I'm talking about on a bigger scale when it comes from the support of people in higher authority. Like that ain't never. That's, you know, Deion Sanders. You know, them niggas go through shit still now when they go home. But I think I had to make a decision to say, fuck it. Every time I come home, the police fucking with me. They pulling me. But do I desert my city cause somebody else fucking with me, higher authority? So for me, I just try to be more strategic when I'm at the crib.
Is that like, you know, we hear a lot of shit about Florida though. So is that indicative of a lot of shit that, because, you know, Trayvon case, you hear what was the other kid, the dude shot up the SUV just because he was playing his music too loud. Like, what's that tension? Is it still that? Is it like that all the time everywhere, or is that just pockets of things, of bad stories we hearing? What's going on in Florida?
Florida, that shit always been a little different. I don't spend a lot of time in New York, so I can't.
Oh, there's racism here. It's just different.
I can't compare, but I think it's more of a southern thing than just Florida. But you know, I think being from Florida, you know how to adjust with it. You know how to deal with it. Like, you know, nigga ride around playing music, loud music. We live a little different in the South, so it come with a little different. It come with higher stakes a little bit. So, you know, I think for me, I'm immune to it now. I just kind of play it how I go.
Do you have any charities or anything like that in Fort Myers that you do that's your thing that people know you for?
Yeah, probably one of the biggest things I had a chance to do shit since I've been, you know, fucking with the music side of it is annually we give scholarships away for kids that got parents that's incarcerated. I think that's probably been one of my biggest fights is that, you know, on the court.
Why is that issue important to you?
Because that shit affect so many of my people. And it affect me. Like, I feel like anytime I deal with corporate America, they don't want me to be fucked up with that for real. Like, they feel like you made it out, so why you even care about niggas that's locked up? I ain't riding for the niggas who, you know, molested kids and none of that shit. Like, I ain't riding for them, but I feel like a lot of people is fucked up because of that.
Gotta make life and death decisions sometimes.
That financial means got them in fucked up situations. So it's like a lot of my partners, a lot of my homeboys, like I don't turn my cheek on them. Like I never allow myself to look at their situation and say, fuck, you still doing that? Because I understand niggas out here making right now decisions. So for me, you know, that shit always been important to me, always gonna be important to me because I know how many of my people then got over sentenced because they had a public defender. And so for me, I don't think I can never shy away from it, even though I'm not dealing directly with it. Well, I'm dealing directly with it when my phone rang and I got 10, 12 niggas who called me who locked up. So I'm still dealing with it, but I'm indirectly dealing with it.
I noticed earlier you didn't really want to talk about money and jewelry. Like, you don't, like, while you have those items, I noticed you don't really, you know what I mean? You rap about it, but when you sit right here talking about the money and jewelry, you was downplaying that.
It's part of me. I think that's one of the ways I reward myself. Is that's another creative side of me. Like I like to do this shit just because I'm trying to challenge my mind to do something that I feel not only I like but somebody else like. But I don't care about making rich music. You know what I mean? I think for me, whether it's running my mama crazy or crying in the shower or kept it too real, like them the records that I ride around and listen to for me. You know, the mainstream records, the shorties, the Busted Babies, the Hypnotized, the Faithfuls, them kind of records, they cool. And I think they cool for mainstream, but them ain't the records that get me through my day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Busted Baby. I don't know. Like that was one of those records I was like, what did he just call her? Wait,
bro, you're a motherfucker.
What's happening on this song?
What you mean? How you felt about that?
No, I liked the song, but after I didn't know what you was talking. Once again,
but what you think I'm talking about on Busted?
Well, now you talking about that's the girl that gets you off. That's your joint you like to go to and bust. Like it's quick. She gets you where you need to go.
What you think I'm talking about on that record?
I got a couple. That's she got
Baby.
that fat thing. You walk in the
Wasn't
house.
Busted Baby, if I remember, I block out the mainstream songs half the time. Wasn't Busted Baby the one though? Wasn't there a squirting theme in there too, or am I making that up?
What you mean squirting?
Now
I know what squirting is, but you said I said that.
No, that's what I thought the girl was about.
She did that. You made her do that.
Yeah, I thought there was something you rhymed. Didn't you rhyme about a girl doing that at some point, or am I making that up?
Nah, I'm quite sure that didn't happen. I didn't talk about
I'm
it.
positive. I wasn't seeing into your life. I mean, that's what I thought.
I'm for real. I was thinking Rosenberg was talking about in the record.
No, I'm gonna tell you. Look, this is when Rosenberg got offended. Okay. When Becky was ringing off.
Becky hurt my feelings, man.
Rosenberg was like, what is he saying about my white queens?
I ain't never know that I was fucking with that record up.
I ain't never know that. I'm not playing it at 10 o'clock in the afternoon.
But I ain't never know it made it to New York.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We all knew it. It was a mix show, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had it here and there, you know what I mean? But I couldn't at 1 o'clock in the afternoon be talking about white girls that give head to black men and they celebrate it on a song.
What you got offended about the
Here's the thing. I rarely, and I'm being honest, I rarely get offended about anything white. Like in very seldom situations do I ever care, and I always believe that white people deserve to be the butt of most jokes. I'm in favor of that.
Right.
However, every once in a while, I get a little weird about the way that white girls are portrayed as simply sluts who are out to suck dick. Like that does
sluts
bother me.
Who are out to suck black dick.
That part doesn't bother me. Black dick, white dick, that part doesn't matter to me.
Here's what Rosenberg didn't know.
What it is, bro?
And I had to explain it to him. A white girl, when you fucking with her, will give you head before having sex with you. A black girl will have sex with you before she puts your dick in her
I understand
mouth.
that. Culturally, that stereotype is often true.
No, it's
I've
true.
experienced it as well. I understand it.
You fuck with sisters?
Well, I'm not anymore. I'm married. My chick's not black. So, unfortunately, those days are...
You done fuck with sisters before?
Yeah, of course.
You care about what people say about sisters? Or that probably don't.
Of course.
What's the stereotypes you don't like about what they say about sisters?
Well, I think black women are the scariest group to white people that exists in America. I think you understand, I deal with that all the time. With our old co-hosts, people would always be like, I don't know, Kate Fox, she's kind of like aggressive. And I'd be like, is she really aggressive or is she just black? So black women have a whole different set of bullshit they deal with about being aggressive and scary. But still, white girls who generally don't have nearly as much to deal with than as black women. But still, my wife is white. So every once in a while, I'm like, can y'all lay off white girls?
But can we get back to the Becky, though?
Let's do it.
So is it that you've been with a lot of white women, so that caused you to write the song? Or is there a certain joy as a black man that you have defiling the white man's daughter?
I'm going to tell you how I came up with the record. We was I was with one of my homegirls, but she black. We was out at this bar, and we just had some drinks and shit, watching the game. And it was some chicks that was sitting in the corner, and they found out who I was or whatever, so they came over there. But they was a little hysterical when they came over there, but they was a group of white chicks.
Woohoo! Yeah, woo!
There was a group of
you think every white girl does that? Just instantly?
Hey, Rosenberg, don't play about that goddamn white, period.
No, I will make fun of white people all day. Just my one white girl specifically. Because my wife is super white looking too. Okay. She's a white girl, like for sure.
So they came over, they were just talking. And when they dipped, my homegirl said, they want to give you some of that Becky. I said, what you mean you want to give me some Becky? So she said, Well, I can tell you that eat you. So I said, damn. I said, I'm gonna use that. And so she was like, what you mean? I said, nah, I'm gonna use that. I wanna call that. I wanna call head that. So my brother came home from prison, and he was listening to all the music. Well, he went actually all the way out from prison. Yeah, he was what they call the halfway house. He come home for a couple hours and then go back. And he was listening to the music, and he said, boy, this the single. And I said, what you mean? He said, this Beckett record. I said, man, how the fuck this gonna get on radio? And he was like, nah, if it don't get on radio, it's gonna move the needle. So I was like, fuck it, you wanna put it out, put it out.
Your brother's a smart man, because that shit was interesting as shit to me. I don't, like I told you before, sometimes I don't know half the shit you saying on the record.
That's him right there.
Oh, smart man. Yo, because that shit was ringing off. Even white girls.
Yeah, the white girls loved it, right?
In Florida, they fuck with it heavy. Like the station that was in Tampa, that was the biggest record. Like at the time the record came out, it was like the biggest record. But when I do my hood shits, like I don't ever perform that record.
Really?
Like ever.
Do you think that black girls will resent a record that, even though it's defiling white women, is also saying you're bigging up white girls also for giving good head?
Yeah, we call it neck.
Or neck, or whatever you want to say.
That's the new term. I got a new record called Neck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just keeps going.
This is the topic.
Neck.
I mean, you could just do necky, put it together.
But I just think black women ain't, you know. I don't know. They
you think black women are head averse?
What that mean?
They don't want to give head?
I think it's a power thing with the sister. Now, I done met some beasts too, sisters.
Who could throw it down?
Who will kill a white woman.
Shoo!
Yeah, with the neck.
Right. You didn't mean literally murder.
No, not literally
but
murder.
They can get it in.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Of
Look
course.
at you in your eyes and everything.
Yeah.
Got to put a bib on the motherfucker.
Yeah, that's the best when it's drooling down.
All right, Ebro.
Oh, man.
That's the
you always cross the line. Just one notch.
Was too far?
Yes, just one notch short of that.
Ebro really out there for real.
No, he's
what about this? What about when they get goose pimples on their arms and their back, when they be gagging themselves and they get the goose pimples and it's just over the top? Yo, that's crazy. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, no, that's nice to hear, man. That was really, really graphic.
I done met me a new homeboy today.
Y'all gonna be friends
I
now.
gotta fuck with Ebro heavy.
That's the shit.
We into the same shit.
That's the shit.
A lot of people are into it. They just don't talk about it on
I ain't
camera.
even got to get physical if that happened.
What do you mean? You don't have to have sex, you mean?
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
No.
I see a lot of guys these days I find say that they're not really into that. I just want to have sex. I'm like, really? I'm like Nori and Bill Clinton.
Not me.
You remember what Nori said about Bill Clinton? She goes, he don't really want to fuck, just get head too.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what you do. You tell a girl straight up that you don't want to have sex with her, and just do that.
I ain't telling you shit because you gonna see me faint off that neck. I faint and all, Rosenberg.
You
like faint.
Before you're done, you have to wake back up to finish.
I faint. Literally.
So, ladies, you've learned a lot today about Plies' interests and Ebro's interests.
Don't give me that first.
Oh,
if you a smart woman and you fuck with me, don't give me that first.
Make you wait a little bit.
Cause if you a fuck round to come up short. If you give me that first,
oh, it's over. Yeah.
Faint.
I understand.
Sleep.
Going to sleep.
Night.
I'm gonna faint.
No, I appreciate that. That's a man after. Maybe are you married?
No,
that sounds like my life.
Well, no.
You faint too?
No, he faints
before
after lunch.
Yeah, I think before we make it to the bedroom.
You faint on the walk to the room.
Last week he came to work complaining about his woman. Was upset. He was like, my wife is, I don't know why she's mad at me today. So we investigated a little bit. Come to find out he hadn't had sex with his wife in 5-6 days. And he's wondering why she's upset.
It's tiring, man. Life is tiring.
I will ask you something, but that's your wife. So.
No, you can ask. There's nothing. What you can ask.
You don't beat your wife regular? Not beat like.
Yeah, but sex.
I know what you meant. Thank you. I
beat the pussy out.
Yeah, I was about to say that was a really.
Wear the monkey out.
Wear the monkey out. But yeah, of course. I mean, I have regular sex with my wife. She's the only woman I have sex with, so yes, it's the most regular sex of my life.
But regular to him is every 2 weeks. That's the problem. That's not regular.
It's still special when you do it like that, buddy, bro. If you do it every day, what do you have to look forward to?
Hey, bro, who you got your eye on in the game?
Oh, in the game, like
if you could knock you a motherfucker off, who would it be?
One chick.
for some reason, K. Michelle comes to mind first because that ass is I just got to see it outside clothes. I got to see that ass outside clothes.
See how big it is.
I just got to see it outside clothes.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Plies? What about you? What are you trying to knock down?
I don't know. I ain't big on the industry.
But if you had to pick one,
I'd probably fuck Oprah.
Yeah, that's
going for that money.
Absolutely.
Going for the money.
You know, you'd be more likely if you started off with Monique, because she was loving you when you were on her show.
Monique.
She almost cried when you were on there. She was like,
"Oh, Monique."
Monique lost a lot of weight too. She look all right.
I ain't seen her.
No, she lost a lot of weight.
Really?
Yeah, that was a couple
She
years
was
ago.
loving you. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Plies, Goon affiliated. I remember it so well. Go back there.
Rosenberg got it together.
Goon affiliated.
She acted like
the fuck is going on?
She acted like you had just saved children from a burning hospital. She was like, Plies,
That's my partner.
you've done so much. I was like, what did he do? He just put out an album.
He just talked about defiling white women.
That's it. Well, she
was Becky out there? Probably one out there.
I think Becky
No,
was
it
out
right
there.
around
Probably
that
around
time.
that time.
And Busted Baby at the same damn time.
Yeah.
How you gonna have Busted Baby and Becky at the same time?
How Busted Baby work for you up here, bro? Was it cool
They did
record?
pretty good.
It was cool.
I think Hypnotized was bigger for us though. Busted Baby was big though. But I will say that anyone watching this interview right now and how graphic it was, if you also listen to Plies, we didn't go that far at all.
No.
This is not. I mean, based on Plies, the recordings that you've made.
Cool.
Hopefully he doesn't talk about my wife as much on his album as we did in this interview.
Yo, if he shouts your wife out
That would be
in the same sentence as Becky and calls her a Busted Baby,
that would be fun.
how you gonna deal with that?
I don't know. He has a lot of goons around, so I'd have to figure it out. It'll take some work.
No, that's one thing about you. I did my little homework on you, Rosenberg. You don't care about shit. You ain't scared of nothing. Nothing.
Well, I'm not. I don't say anything that would induce physical violence usually, but
Right.
I will have an honest conversation.
Ebro be out there regularly.
Yeah, Ebro's reckless. He's bigger than me though. Ebro is.
I just say what I say what I want to say, man.
No, you do. You're an honest. We're both nice guys. Neither of us say hurtful
I feel
things.
across the board it's like that with both of y'all. I think I done seen some of Ebro pieces and I'd be like, dog really tell you how you feel. And I done seen your interviews. And what I respect about it both ways is y'all stand on what it is y'all believe. And I think that was the hardest shit for me to deal with the industry. Was that I don't feel like niggas stood on what they really felt. So double salute to both of y'all on that.
That's very kind. Thank you.
Definitely stand on what you feel.
And you know, you said we met a few times. I don't recall that, but I definitely, your music was always to me. I was like, how far in Ratchetville is Plies? Like I couldn't, I'm from
He's
Oakland,
mayor. He's mayor of Ratchetville.
No, he was. I mean, I think you. I mean, the phrases that you coined that were just so ratchet. I was like, wow.
He predates the word ratchet though. Now it was actually pre-ratchet. You think? Yeah, the word ratchet wasn't ringing 5 years ago.
And then was Lil Boosie was there.
That's some Louisiana shit.
Yeah,
it came from Louisiana.
I'm just saying it wasn't common vernacular for everyone.
But I just could, it's a different lifestyle for me. I'm originally from Oakland.
You feel like ratchet? Well, Oakland remind me of the South.
It does, but the language is still different. Right. And you think
ratchet exists in New York?
Of course it does. Ratchet is, ratchet was actually a term used for that too.
What's the most ratchet part of New York, you would say? Like, if it's Harlem,
East New York, Bed-Stuy. Jersey's got a lot of ratchet. Jersey, Newark, Patterson. Whew.
That's pretty thorough. Patterson.
Yeah.
I had did some shit with Flex a couple years ago. I think we went to Jersey. I don't know where that nigga had me at, but that shit was, we was right up in it.
Yeah, no, it's real.
That's what it was?
Patterson.
Was it
that
Patterson?
shit was like,
no, it's real.
that shit was Florida. Over again.
Listen, people don't know this. Once you get, artists come to New York and they come to Manhattan and, maybe to Queens, Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Things like that. But once you get outside of New York, whether you're going north or south or west, it's hood just like any other.
That's what
hood.
I was telling Flex when I think I was waiting on him to bring me the mic, was coming through the side door, so he opened the door. I smelled the smoke and shit. I said, man, what the fuck in here? So my security dude came out. He said, oh, bruh, you gonna love this shit. I said, what's up? He said, oh, this shit just like the crib and But when we came inside and I got on stage, I looked around, I was like, man, I was thinking, I seen niggas I was like, damn, I ain't think this went on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Over here.
Manhattan will have you fooled. Hanging out Manhattan will fool you. You know what I mean? But nah, you a cool dude, man.
Appreciate the double salute.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest about this interview. You guys just became bro friends. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we might hit a strip club.
There's a bromance brewing here. There's a bromance brewing. You guys are gonna have a dinner sometime. Maybe go to a strip club. It's possible.
Yeah. And
so you throwing me off on Ebro? So you ain't fucking with us, right?
I'm boring. You ain't gonna.
Rosenberg, listen, let me tell you something.
What
We can't get Rosenberg out the motherfucking house and off that couch for nothing. The bartenders in New York are more famous than the strippers now. Is that happening in the South?
The bartenders?
The actual girls serving the drinks who don't get naked are more popular on the social media and in the magazines than the girls taking the clothes off. Is that happening? Is this a New York thing or is this happening?
That's who I always went. I always tried to fuck the bartender. That's what I wanted. I ain't never.
They seem like the bigger challenge. They're not getting naked professionally. If you have the belief that they're actually a real girl who you have to like work to get them out of their clothes.
Now that ain't why I wanted them. I ain't want them because I had to work.
Why'd you want them?
I wanted them because to me, them was always the ones that seemed the most innocent with the bartender.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're not getting naked.
Yeah, but you said because.
Well, not saying you have to. That's
the
good part, but because they're more rare, they're more special than the chick who's already naked.
I already saw her pussy, so and I haven't seen yours, so it's more. I still got to unwrap that one.
The ass thing what got me fucked up about the strip club now.
The fake ass.
The fake ass.
But that's it's really rampant actually. It's really
because everybody look the same
rampant.
Now. Everybody,
it's a problem.
There's an outbreak of fake asses.
Right.
It's been what? How long since your last album come out?
Shit, a little over 3.5 years now.
And what was happening in that period of time?
Trying to make sure I like always tell people I was out there living my music. And it's just about, for me, I think anytime I get to this point, when the labels say, let's go, this is what I call the mainstream side. Like this shit used to be the side that scared me. Like I ain't really used to coming doing
morning shows and shit.
Just kind of the other side of it. Like I was just comfortable in my environment. Right. Like if I just could have kept recording and just putting out music and people was loving it and fucking with it, that was more what I enjoyed doing. But I think, anytime the record started connecting over the top, I guess, that shit was a little different for me. I think now I'm a little bit more in that. I couldn't have had this conversation with y'all probably 4 years ago.
You wouldn't have been comfortable. Just
because I come from a non-friendly place. So if I ain't know Ebro, I just didn't fuck with Ebro. It ain't that I had a problem with him. It just, we ain't know each other. So I just kept on going my way.
Right.
But I think for me, I learned that you can have good intentions and people take your good intentions the wrong way. But for me, I think that's what's a little different now that I can say, all right, this nigga's a big time DJ nigga, but I ain't know the nigga was a DJ. But he thought that I was supposed to know he was a DJ. So since I didn't speak to the nigga, he don't even fuck with me. Nigga, I just didn't know who you was. So for me, I think now I understand that better. And the shit that ain't important to me is important to other people. So I gotta respect what's important to you.
If we was to say, all right, Plies, we're gonna get some listeners. We're gonna go hang out. What's the best way for your fans to come hang out with you and be a part of your world?
That's the shit that I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it ain't no filter on that. And I think that's the thing that this time around that's been more enjoyable for me. Like I said, the first time I caught my break, my brother had just went to Fed prison. So when he came home after the first situation, we got fucked up in Gainesville with all the guns and shit. Then he took one for the team and he went back again. So I was always kind of walking on eggshell type situation. But I think that's the shit that I really enjoy. Like I just enjoy the shit with no filter. So, I think I got some shit we doing this time for the album that's probably more important to me than the music. And that's just I'm bringing people to like my house, like where I live. You know what I mean? I ain't renting no house. Like I'm bringing you to, this shit is y'all's. Like I feel like
Party with Plies.
Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
It's the name now.
We're partying with Plies. You heard it here first.
Is the name now?
Does your album sound like anything we've heard from you before? Like sonically, where's it at? Where's the music at? Who the producers? Like where we at?
Well, brother came home. You know, he was able to listen to my music. He had to refocus me. You know what I mean? Because it was, you know, I probably no different than any other nigga who ain't never had nothing and then got a few dollars. Like my thinking kind of changed a little bit.
You paying your taxes?
Yeah.
Good.
Pay those taxes.
We ask every rapper now. We got to ask every rapper.
Well,
to make
and
sure.
not only pay the taxes, but just make sure because this game is funny.
But bro, we was talking about this last night. The same shit. Like
I was talking about a lot last night.
Yeah. The difference is that, you know, I used the pay Manny, Eli, Archie Manny. Like it's hard for them to fuck up because they had Archie, who knew this is what happened when you get a few dollars. But a nigga from our conditions and our situation, like I never knew that first $1 million, 400,000 of that wasn't my money. Like I didn't know that. Like ain't nobody tell me that. I ain't had nobody ever had an M. So for me, it's a lot of shit I had to learn. I had to hit my head and learn and figure it out. So we were just talking about that, about the taxes. Like my brother was saying that, like when it come to the street niggas, success is probably the worst shit can happen to you. Because you can make a lot of money, you can become successful and famous, and at the end of the day, you motherfuckers go hide you for 7-8 years because you didn't pay your taxes. And I think, you know, that's the thing about being from them conditions, is that if you ain't careful, this can be the worst shit. The shit that you beg for and ask for, this can be the worst shit for you.
Even not being from your conditions, just not being from a family that's rich. I don't know. I fucked up with my taxes at first. I didn't know anything. My parents are so bad with money. I mean, they did fine. They made an average money.
I meet a Jewish dude whose parents are bad with money.
I mean, they're fine. They don't struggle. Jeez. They pay their taxes, but they never had enough excess money for me to learn what one does with excess money. Now, fortunately, I also haven't had that much excess money yet, so I don't know yet. But I know that when I get close to that million, it's going to be scary. I've never known anyone who won $1 million.
He was the first nigga that cut the check to pay tax. I said, man, you finna get these people's money? And he was like, boy,
you better do this.
That's what he was telling me, but he was fresh out of the chain gang, so I think that was the best thing that happened to me, because I was dealing with my brother, my day one, but he came home with a total different understanding than I had. Like I was like, shh, like how they know that we made this much? He was like, nigga, it was in the account.
Okay, I have a very important question to ask about your brother.
Yeah.
There have been stories about him now. Twice he's been gone. Is he done going back?
You know what? And that's the only he can answer that, but I feel like that's the difference in being fucked up. Like most people that come home, you come home to the same fucked up conditions. So it's a high chance that you going back because you coming back to nothing. But if you take niggas that just got out and they coming home to comfortable situations, their chances are less to go back.
That's what I would hope.
So for him, he came home to a situation that me or him never experienced before, and that's having a few dollars. So what he was hustling for was just to have a few dollars.
And now you have a few dollars. Right. So I hope yeah.
Well, we're gonna check back in on that. We watching you, bruh.
You filming us? We filming you.
We watching you, fam. I didn't expect you to be a real dude.
I appreciate it, man.
I didn't expect it. And you know, sometimes we have conversations with a lot of dudes, and we most of the time we having fun. But every now and then, you know, somebody comes through and they kind of like show you that they just not. It's not a gimmick. It's
right.
Real dude. And not only that, I think the part I appreciate the most is the fact that as an artist, you just want to make your music, and you're not just out here trying to be, you know, some pop star. Like you'll make your hit records for the radio or whatever, and you know that people like it, but you ain't just running around here.
But I don't understand that, bro. Like I still don't understand it. Like because the shit that I love, the majority probably don't fuck with it how I fuck with it. So for me, I just make honest music and I give it to him. I let them figure out what we doing. Like I think the reason is because most people don't. They say they love the hood, but they don't want to be in the hood, and they don't want to really love the hood because there's not a lot of memories of love and things that they care about in the hood. So as soon as they get money, you know, I
hate, you know, and I hear artists tell me all the time, fuck, I hate going to clubs. I hate going to this ghetto ass shit. Yo, niggas is mad negative, man. Fuck that shit. I ain't doing that shit no more. Just because they just, you know, and if you from the hood and you deal with us, it's negative. Like we can be very negative. We want to see people fall, but just because we not used to seeing
it's success. A competitive competition though, you know what I mean? But I always ask myself, like, I went back to the first time I seen my album leak and niggas was bootlegging and they was selling it. Like, I got in my feelings at first, but then I said, nigga, you tripping. Like, if you wasn't in the space you was in, nigga, that would be you. So I think I try to look at everything from through them lenses. Like, it was crazy you just said it in one of the songs on my album. My first bar is that, like, I ain't hear I love you till I was 15, but I respect and understand everything about the hood that it is to know. But that's what makes it so appealing to people who ain't from there, because everything about us is on the edge for real. It's just, for me, the shit that I wouldn't trade is that when I went to play ball at Miami, Ohio, that was the first time I was around anything that wasn't my culture. So by me being around it, I was like, damn, like, I ain't no dude was cool for real. Like, I never would have thought
that a white dude or a Spanish dude or Asian dude was just regular people and had their own shit.
But that's what I used to tell my homeboys, like, it's cool. Like, y'all niggas got $3,000-$4,000. This was back in the days. Y'all got $3,000-$4,000. Like, man, go to anybody school. You on campus with $3,000-$4,000 with just bitches, you would be the biggest nigga on the yard with $3,000-$4,000. You fuck all good, wholesome, clean bitches. So that's what I used to tell them niggas. Like, niggas,
that was your motivation to get somebody out the hood. Do you realize that you could go to a college campus
if
with
you got $3,000, man,
staying in?
You got $3,000, man. You is the biggest nigga on any campus with $3,000, bro.
Get out of the hood for a second.
Just go fuck you. That's what you into anyway, and then just come back to the crib. You know. But I think that's the thing about, I guess, to wrap that up, that's the thing about the hood that I understand is, the hood don't never want you to leave, because now they can't keep tabs on you. When you gone and your house ain't on MLK no more, niggas can't just ride by and see who at the house. So that's why the hood never wants you to leave. But they respect you. They respect it. But that's the shit that I had to realize was the things that you do that are successful, the things that you do that ain't normal, that everybody can't do, niggas gonna have a problem with that.
Who's on this album?
The single that we out there fucking with now is a Faithful record. Rico Love on the record.
I like that guy, Rico Love. Good dude.
Yeah, real good dude. That's the record right now that everybody's telling us is go time. Hey, what's happening, man? I'm in here fucking with the two big homies right now, Ebro and Rosenberg. We finna get into my new joint, Faithful, featuring the big homie Rico Love. Double salute.
As long as that pussy faithful, whatever she want is paid for. I swear. Tell her nice now. You don't get the voicemail. I answer you first call. Hello. Even when your light red. We still talk. You like sushi, baby. I get it, you straight raw. When I'm breaking bread. You the first thought.
Back on the scene with Plies. Up here, super rich.
Super big jewelry, at least.
Yo, what's going on with the jewelry, my G? Like, what kind of money is that?
Let me start off and say this, E-bro. I done met you a couple times, but you looking more and more like a rapper.
A rapper?
Yeah.
Nah, I've always looked like
Doesn't he look the same?
Vans and Bid.
You think it's different?
That. I don't have no jewelry like you.
You got, you know.
I got 501s
got swag on.
and
Oh no, you
Dusty
could see,
Vans.
you could physically see his head getting bigger, but you can't see any jewelry or anything. He looks basically the same.
Nah, everything been good, man. What's up?
None, man. So, I want to, your jewelry game. Just the other day, I saw you spazzing on Twitter. You went on a straight tirade on stanky pussy strippers.
Woo, okay.
Oh, nah, that was just an honest conversation.
About stanky pussy strippers.
Not really.
You I've caught a bad batch.
Yeah.
I've caught a bad batch.
So what happened? You went to the strip club and it was gross?
No, I'm a strip club junkie, but what Ebro talking about, I was just on Twitter talking about I was school and play ball, You know, it's like talking to a nigga that play in the NFL right now, or talking to somebody that play basketball. I mean, for me, it comes with that. Like, I had an opportunity to do something that a lot of people didn't. So when I was playing ball and I went off to school, my lifestyle never changed. You know what I mean? I think that's what put me in a situation where I couldn't do what I went to school to do, and that was finish school. You know what I mean? But, you know, my brother, this nigga that been to prison 2 times, you know what I mean? He went to school too. So for us, I feel like making that music and standing on principles, I think that's the only thing that's different when people meet me. People meet me and they expect me to be the rude nigga. And I ain't really the rude nigga. I always been the cool nigga. So for me, I feel like, you know, musically, I stand on my music because I think for me to be able to give it to you from my heart and paint pictures, that's just my life.
Do you now when you wasn't able to finish school, but now you obviously are doing pretty well for yourself?
Doing all right. Well, we used to hang out at, and he was using the term Plies. So I kept asking him, like, what the fuck that mean? And so that meant just getting money. So in Fort Myers, we call Plies getting money. So for me, when I started fucking with music, I always said, shit, I want to get me a name that represent where I was from. So I came up with the whole Plies shit.
Now, I also thought it was interesting too. Like, I know the area you from is some real shit that goes on there. But you actually went on to play ball. You was an athlete. Went on to school. Like, that was like, you're not your regular average everyday.
I think I'm a dope nigga for real. Like, football big in the South. Yeah. So for me, I was just one of the niggas that had crazy talent when it came to football.
What'd you play? Wide receiver or something?
Yeah, I played receiver. So,
cause you're small. You're what, 5'8", 5'9"?
About 5'10".
5'10", but light. You don't look. You're not a big guy.
Goddamn 5'10".
Yeah, I was about to say, you ain't no fucking 5'10".
Listen, when you're as short as I am, you believe whatever.
Yeah, Rosenberg was like, all right, 5'10", I'm 5'4".
5'6", 5'7".
So you were like a little like punt return specialist kind of guy.
I used to take your ass down through the. I was
cuts, heavy cuts.
Still got cuts. I don't know if y'all done been around the strippers that they got the heavy body spray.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons I don't go to strip clubs is because when they rub on you, it's all on your clothes.
Absolutely.
And I don't like that
just
shit.
Talking about, I feel like you hiding something with the heavy body spray.
Oh, I got it. If you're wearing that much body spray, what's going on?
Yeah,
something's going on.
It must got a scent or something.
All right. Well, it usually does. Let's keep it real.
Not always.
Body parts often have scents, though. Often, to varying degrees. Yeah. Some is generic. Some is good and just.
But I always tell people, if you want to know if the pussy got a scent to it, you just got to get it from the bike. You get it from the bike, it's gonna tell you if that's.
You get it from the what?
From the bike.
The bike?
BIKE.
Like an actual. You get on a bike?
Get it from the bike.
What does that mean? Sniff their bike seat?
No, you'll call it back. BACK.
Oh, got it.
I call it bike.
Oh, we get it from the bike.
Yeah.
We've been learning. I've been learning a lot.
Yeah, get it from
you mean like in the last 30 seconds?
No, yeah. Well, no. I didn't know that plies. Someone told me this, and you asked me to answer if this is true. Is actually like pliers, like a tool, like.
No, we can't. One of my homeboys was getting out of prison, and we was at the barbershop.
You think you could get out there and play right now?
Right now, I get out there, tear me a nigga ass up right now.
Did you play at the U?
Yeah, I went to Miami of Ohio.
Oh, Miami of Ohio.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Brittany Sky, big difference between University of Miami and Miami of Ohio. No disrespect. It's still impressive to play D1 football. But at the time that you would have been in school would have been the time, like, how old are you?
I got a little season on me.
You got a season. You got 10. You got 10. You would have been done a few years ago.
Yeah.
So, Ebro, are you going to ask the questions to this man that I've kind of thrown at him before?
But which is what? Oh, well, no. The conversation that we had was because I heard your music. I didn't know you, right? So I was like, certain rap, I just don't understand the language, right? But when I know somebody is college educated, I'm like, well, why is his music so derogatory, street hood? But I know that he comes from other experiences, and I don't hear that in his music.
You gotta know me though.
And I don't, which is why I'm asking.
Right. You gotta know me. Like I said, that was me having an opportunity to go